Hello, hello, this is Simone. I'm here with a Project Live 2018 process video. Yes, you saw that right. I'm working with the Scrap Room June portion of the Shots of Life kits, and if you want to see what I try to work with, you can just go back and pause the video and read the paper right there. I am cutting apart the cut apart sheets that are in this kit. The Shots of Life kits are bi-monthly project or pocket page kits. It comes with pocket pages and pocket cards from different manufacturers as well as assorted embellishments. And sometimes, like here, this dad sheet, they're really hard to use for me just as is. I am not a themed scrapbooker. I do Project Life in a pretty basic way. I am using one 12 by 12 spread per week. And I am taking my photos that happened during the week and I'm writing about what happened. So sometimes, like specifically spring themed or beach themed, travel themed, whatever kind of themed pocket page paper cut apart sheet there is, doesn't really work for me. So I have to create my own cards with what I receive. And the interesting thing about this is that I really, really enjoy creating my own cards from the things that Rochelle, who is the owner of the scrap room, sends to me every month. So it's a win-win situation. And it just goes to show that you have to think, or I love thinking outside the box, and you have to think outside the box with those kits. So I went and grabbed all the stuff that we received in the May portion of the Shots of Life kits. I still had the Chimel, some of the Sparkle City cut apart sheet from Chimel left over, as well as the Project Life Click Edition cards. And those cards are just so neutral and they're amazing. They work both well for just as a neutral addition to a colorful spread, as well as there are several items on those cards that really work well as embellishments, neutral embellishments, but you will see what I'm working on right now. So I decided that the Fun in the Sun bikini card is not going to go on my spread, and that I am going to use it's like a pinstripe with a teal greenish color, as well as the pink from the summer card, to create my title card. And you will see that I am actually ditching this card once I'm done with it, because it just doesn't work with how the spread ends up. And I have to say that this spread really took me a very long time. I have been working with the kits this is the fourth month now, I think. Yes, I started in March. So March, April, May, and this is the June portion. So my June assignments, if you want to call it that. And so that's the fourth time I'm creating two 12 by 12 spreads. And this was more struggle than I have encountered before. So this is not how it usually goes when I create cards with the kits. I also think that the color scheme that I have with my photos isn't very appealing. No, it's hard to work with. There is some bright blues. There is the green and orange on the left. Then there is this big orange yellow sunflower, as well as a really dark photo of some strawberry shortbread cake thingies. And so yeah, so I want to bring in the blue. I also want to bring in the yellow from the sunflower. And at first I thought I wanted to bring in the flowers because of the sunflower, but they are pink, and somehow this whole spread doesn't work with this title card. I feel like I need more yellow, like a third version of the yellow, but it doesn't work anywhere I try it. And once I decide to move my photos, to create a new title card, see? So I'm looking for something yellow, and then I decide, yes, I'm just going to use this yellow that is on the back of the cut apart sheet from Pink Paislee. And never forget, if one of the cards or the papers that you receive that is a cut apart sheet, and well, yes, Rochelle intends you to use the cut apart, but they always have a backside, and sometimes the color of the backside or the colors on the backside work much better than the colors that are on the front, or the theme that is on the front. So now I have the yellow here, and then I'm thinking, well, what am I going to add? I have already created that yellow, pink, tealish color, and I want to bring that to the top, but as much as I try, it just doesn't work out. And so I'm just going to create two very, very similar cards. I will show you both spreads in the end, and you can see what I mean by similar. There's stripes at the bottom, and then labels on top. So a pretty basic formula for title cards. I cleared all of the cards that I had already placed off and started new. I placed white cardstock on each of the open spaces, and then I went from there, and that worked out so much better. I did not, for some reason, like the light blue card as a full card, and so I simply cut it apart and used the stickers from the Simple Story stickers that we received in the same kit. I got them in my last shipment, and I really liked how that worked out. It's kind of a filler card, sort of works like that, and I really like that normal is boring saying here with my son's mustache. So, okay, so I used a hole punch and a circle punch, and punched out the right here from that card that is the Project Life Click edition. And I already raved about how much I liked them, and those cardstock stickers that you can see on top of them, of that card, those came as embellishments and are also from the Click edition. Then I used another piece of the paper from Pink Paislee. It says, happy today. Sorry, I had to scoot in very close. My video plays and I'm talking along it, but it's really small and I can't really see the little teeny tiny details. And then, so that is where I'm right now. I shuffled my photos around again, and now I'm really pleased with the placement of the colors and the cards. I think I used that sticker from the dad sticker sheet from Photoplay right in the beginning, because that was something that went really well here. It was my husband climbing outdoors, and it says, "You are one rad dad." And well, why shouldn't I use it right on here? And I have this great tip for you. If you need labels, I collect them. So I cut apart sheets with labels. I every time I receive labels from someplace, I put them in this box, and it is such a treasure to have because it helps me create so many cards, and it adds color to photos. It creates great journaling spots or title labels for titles. Whatever you want, you can use labels for. And if you don't have them as a physical product, I recommend you check out Caitlin Schaefer's website. She has printables for lots of different colored labels on her blog. They are free, and even if you don't have a printer, you can just send them to your local Staples for them to print it for you, and then you have free labels that work with most of the things, and you can stretch kits that way. It's awesome. I love using labels. And same thing goes for alpha stamp sets. You don't really have to have multiples. Just one standard alpha stamp set is actually enough to stretch your kits a lot. I can use them for titles, here for the week. And then I actually just purchased a rotary date stamp. It's self-inking from Amazon because my go-to date stamp ended in 2018, and so I needed a new one for this year, and this is everywhere on my desk, and so I just use it. I will change this card that I just finished, but I am using the hearts from the Simple Story stickers that we received in this kit to start embellishing photos and adding labels. And I want to add a label to this photo and just write something on it. I feel like it's super empty without anything on it. It says yum, and then I'm adding another heart, and that embellishes this photo. And then I also want to create a little teeny tiny journaling spot on that photo all the way to the left, because I haven't said anything about this photo in particular anywhere else, and I don't know if I remember what it actually is supposed to it stands for once in like 20 years or so. And this one says be you. And I applied for a job, and at the interview, we were supposed to teach our fellow interviewees and the people who interviewed us something. And so since I am creative, I wanted to teach them something creative, and I found this tutorial online. Or actually, I didn't find a tutorial. I just looked for something using. It was at a climbing gym. I didn't get the job, unfortunately, but I'm actually happy that I didn't get it. But it still marked something because they posted the job offering on their site. I started actually writing up my CV and started applying at different jobs, and I do actually have a job now. So I stamped on the card. I took it sideways. I knew Labor Day wouldn't fit on there horizontally. Is that what you say? So I turned it sideways and stamped it along the colorful pattern paper that I used to create the card. And I really like how this turned out. It wasn't very intentional in the beginning, but it totally connects the white cardstock with the colored paper. And then I splattered some more hearts along the cards. I really like how those also tie in the cards and make them look cohesive. And then I ripped off the cardstock numbers and added the numbers using the stamp set because I just thought it was more cohesive. Here is a look at the spread. I love how it turned out. And here you can see the second one that I made and the repurposed title card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this process video. I certainly did. It was something I haven't done in a long time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye!